Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm Violet. I really appreciate you joining me. We're going to definitely dive in and see what's going on currently in the energy and whatever messages need to come through that will be helpful. This is absolutely a timeless reading, so it's perfect. Whenever it finds you, trust that divine connection that you have to your higher self, to God, Source, the universe. The answer is always found within you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, they're based in love, and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we can all help uplift one another in love. Let's first take a look at this foundational focus message that popped out, because it's beautiful. It's a new life. It's the gift of new opportunities. This is not somebody waking up all groggy. It's like she's waking up and doing her morning stretches. Like, yeah, maybe you are getting used to something. I definitely feel, because she looks like she's on top of like a pillar, you know, as if she was supposed to be a stoic statue. But I feel like maybe something isn't set in stone. I'm getting that something amazing is coming towards you and that it's kind of a surprise. So this girl or guy is coming out of an egg. So the egg like cracked open. So that could be an epiphany moment. It could be maybe somebody today just cracks you up. But I hear you cracked the code. Ooh, maybe something was a conundrum before, but it's like you found the code to figure something out, to interpret something in a different way. I am getting that something has to be a little malleable. You are forming something. So I see you being really creative. So if you don't know what to do, relax your energy and create in your mind. Create a beautiful space, you know, that feels uplifting or happy or expansive somehow. Whatever it is that makes you feel that energy of joy, gratitude. Start there, because I do feel like you're going to start, I see like clues. You're going to start to notice different clues that are bringing you towards new things in your life, because it's a new life. So it's not going to be like it was. Expect the unexpected, but I'm not getting that this is one particular arena in your life. I feel like it's many different decisions that are bringing you to new clues, that are taking you to brand new open doors, new things you've never done before. You didn't even think were possible yesterday or last night when you went to bed. I definitely get that something is already done. So believe that. Believe it's already happening. And refocus to the things you'd really like to experience, you'd like to happen. Let's see what this is all about. It could also be like a big wake-up call, but it's not an annoying alarm. This is something that, I don't know why I see like lighting. It's like the sunshine, but it's not just boom, you know, you open up the curtains and the sun is there. She's stretching. So there's a getting used to something. So it's like being up maybe when it's a little dark, and then it gets, you know, you start to see that golden sunrise and you get used to something as it gets brighter. So let's get you some extra messages. Let's actually go to this one. Totally different direction. This is the the crystal angels oracle. So let's dive on in, get you some clarity, and see what the next message that would be helpful is. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What is a important message right now to clarify or bring more depth to new life? Oh, I really like this. You got Jade. What a powerful energy. Maybe you really connect to Jade. I like that there's a caduceus here, and that means there's healing. You're feeling better about something that you had just gone through or just feeling better than you did 5 minutes ago. The recovery of health and wellness it's here. That's where you need to pay attention. It's not about what, you still have to strive towards or what else still has to happen. Where are you now? Look at how far you've already come. Look at how strong you are from anything you've been through. Because even if it's just that working out in a gym, sometimes it takes that little extra push to bring you that bigger strength. If some of you, this says new life. I do get that you're making maybe small decisions in your everyday that make huge differences in your life. That could be anything from parking a little farther away from the front of the grocery store to paying attention to, the food you put in your body or how much water you drink in a day. Maybe you're also getting more exercise. She's stretching there, so maybe it's just walking more. Maybe it's doing some yoga. I did see that, somebody lifting weights, so maybe it's lifting weights. Wellness, I'm not just getting that has to do with your health though. I'm getting that this is an overall energy. This is also wellness in your vibration, in your thoughts, in the patterns that you do every day. Because I do see you making little decisions that are switching up a pattern. Now, for some people, cold turkey is great. They make a decision. Nope, not going to do it like that anymore. Going in a different direction. And then everything changes. For some people, it's just little tweaks that make a big difference. Like, not going to do that anymore. Going to add this instead. And I'm getting that this is personal for you. So, recovery of health and wellness is here. It's now. There's two large pieces of jade here. So maybe for some of you, it's having a partner, that could be a workout buddy or somebody you walk with, or somebody you just call and say, hey, I'm going to let you in on this little journey I'm going to make better decisions, because I feel like there's somebody very supportive of you, very proud of you. But it could be that you actually support each other. So let's see. Let's go into something totally different. How different should we go? How low should we go? We're doing the limbo to get healthier. Or maybe you felt like you always had to bend over backwards to have something happen. I just keep seeing you releasing your energy. Now I see a river, going with the flow of something. I am getting that if you just kind of go with the flow, trust where you are is exactly where you need to be. I feel like you're going to see different things you didn't see before to help you make different decisions that are eventually going to change everything that you see around you. Very much, paying attention to that reflection of your inner and outer world. But I see you seeing opportunities that maybe were right in front of you before, but you just didn't notice. You're going to notice things that are new. It's if you say yes. If you, what is that? Carpe diem, seize the day. But there's a weird thing because I'm getting you have to seize the day, but also let go at the same exact time. Oh, the conundrums that come through here. But I'm getting that if you feel like you're in a position where you're confused or you're at the crossroads or you don't know which direction to go, I feel like you are going to figure it out in the moment because you know something better. I'm getting something that feels really good and better than where you were is coming in. But that means that you can't make the same decisions you were before. I hope that made sense. So I auto-grabbed half of the tea leaf. So let's get you a tea leaf message or two. These are so random. There's 200 cards total here. So let's go to this half and see what extra messages would be helpful right now. What are some extra bonus messages to know about or have awareness on recovery, health, wellness, new life? Wow. You got a crib. Maybe for some of you, it's a quite literal new life. I just do want to mention that I just became an aunt. So maybe this for some of you is a brand new life coming into your world, but that could also be a new partner. That could be a new friend. That could just be your new energy. Now you have an egg cracking open, you know, and you coming out, and now you have the energy of a crib. But that doesn't have to be a baby for all of you. For some of you, that's that epiphany. That's that new business idea, or you cracking the code on something. It's definitely something where you want to take care of it. You want to nurture it. You want to see whatever this is grow, and you're all in when you're there. I love that that came through. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So maybe it is a business for some of you, but it's definitely somebody or something you want to put a lot of energy into. Oh, I got tongue-tied all of a sudden. So maybe something is like so exciting you don't even know how to express it or what to say or what to do next. You're going to learn as you go. You're going to figure it out. Trust yourself. But it's not just the birth. I have to take note. It's also the conception. So that's that creative energy. That's where, you know, maybe two opposites come together and explode in a brand new universe of possibilities. For some of you, maybe it is relating to something sassy. That being said, let's get another tea leaf. I show you this. Beautiful. I'm also getting that something is going to feel like a beautiful gift. Because it's like all of a sudden everything you see looks different, even if what you look at is the same. It's not. So is there another message coming through? Whoop. It's a basket. You got a crib and a basket. It's recognition. So this maybe is a pedestal, but it's not being up there on a high horse or being on the pedestal. I feel like if somebody is on the pedestal, you have those wings there. So I feel like somebody is like fluttering down to the ground, grounding maybe an opportunity, recognition, and its reward for merit. That means you're being recognized for the effort, the energy, the willpower, the authenticity, the new way of seeing something that you put in. This could be something that has stemmed from many, many experiences. Maybe you're finally getting the recognition you deserve. If you are the one recognizing that somebody's doing a good job, and you see them like lifting, you know, that pedestal is kind of growing in their life. They're getting healthier. They're accepting more opportunities. They're making a lot of changes. Then recognize that effort that someone is making. Because I feel like a lot of times, if somebody is changing, evolving, growing, and there are people that feel like they are left behind or don't quite understand that a connection is changing or why someone's going in a certain way. There can be people that have a smile on their face but aren't truly happy. I see you as truly happy for somebody else to succeed. And if you're in that energy, you know what's going to happen? You are also going to continually be in that momentum of success. But maybe if people aren't wishing the best upon you, they just fall out of your life, but you're also going to connect to the same vibrations that truly want to see you succeed. And it's like those, you know, two jade pillars that I saw over here. Like they're in a genuine energy to be both supportive to you, helpful, and I'm getting like pep talk. like I'm even getting like people that really just believe in you, but that starts with you believing in you. But the more you are in that energy of just, what am I getting? Confidence. I'm getting confidence. Then you have that same kind of confidence to maybe be the pep talk or the support, or I just heard genuine connection, but I heard a genuine conversation with somebody else to maybe have them see something a different way. You could also be someone who leads by example. You're not really trying to, you know, do the TED Talk out there to get people empowered, but maybe people are by default empowered because they see you doing it. Recognition and reward for merit. And you have a basket of, it's funny, I put this right on top of the wellness. All of the fruits and the vegetables, maybe sprouted bread, not the weird bread. Maybe you're doing some more home cooking or paying attention to foods that are organic and living. There's also all of these foods here that have many different colors. So now just think of color. Color has a vibrational frequency. So if you're, you know, changing and having all these pretty colors in your diet, and I'm not talking Fruit Loops here, not artificial colors, all of those, you know, vibrations become a part of you. So let's see, let's do one more from this half. Is there another message from the tea leaf? A horse. I love that a horse came through. It's also a funny horse. It looks like a little pygmy pony in there. So I like this. This means that you're going on a journey. Maybe it's a short journey that could be a journey of information. That could be like a little rabbit hole you go down, but it could also be a physical journey. And the reason I love the horse energy, I am seeing those reins again. You know, if you have a horse and you are connected to that forward movement, that beautiful being, animal that can feel your energy. With a horse, if you ride a horse and, you know, it's a horse you connect to, not a stubborn mule here, but let's just say it's well trained, that all you have to do is like relax your energy and it knows that you want to stop. You don't need to force those reins. It's just gently guiding something. So I do feel like you have to have kind of a gentle connection to maybe this journey or this forward movement. But the cool thing about the horse is it's like in tune with humans. It's also in tune with the earth. Besides being powerful and just fantastic beings, animals. I really love horses. I always rode horses growing up. But let's just say you're in the woods. You know, you're on a trail ride in the woods and all of a sudden you didn't know the storm happened and there's all these weird trees that fell down. A horse can just kind of jump over the tree. You come across a stream, you can swim across. And then just think of if any of you have been like to the western part of the United States and you have seen those mountains, we're not even talking like Grand Canyon here. Talk about mind-blowing. But the mountains are so big. I remember just looking at the mountains in California and thinking, how in the world did people, when they came out here, take like a horse and buggy or just, you know, a horse and them and get over those mountains? They were incredible. And now I just thought of the goats that hang out on trees. Maybe it's that kind of goat. You are getting recognition here, so maybe it's the greatest of all time. But let's continue. I'm getting that it's maybe even an unlikely energy connection or idea that gets you across something that maybe you thought was an obstacle that never could be overcome. You're going to get over it. You're going to get through it. But this is only a short journey. I am getting that maybe there's something you need to plan on, but I'm also getting an unexpected phone call where you're not hesitating on getting in your car, saddling up your horse, getting on your Vespa, whatever it is, you know, put on your running shoes. And like, I see someone like a cartoon, like running out the door, but with a smile on their face. So if something puts a smile on your face before you're even out the door, don't hesitate or get in your own way. Let's see, horse. Now this is the other half. So let's see what pops out. What else would be helpful to know about right now? What is another focal point, foundational energy, or just something to know about? You have a bat. I did see somebody that wasn't so happy for perhaps this new life you are having. Maybe even you have new friends or a new lover in your life, new journeys you are going on. It's saying that take care. Enemies are working against you. Well, I mean, if you're doing something right and you have success and somebody over here is in a batty kind of energy where they're not happy for you, I don't think you have to worry about them. I do feel like maybe you just need to go on a journey towards these new opportunities. Take care. Enemies are working against you. What is that like? What is it like? Cat. I can't get his last name. The comedian. He said, if you're on the rise and people are starting to like find something that they want to talk about you, just let them talk. I don't think that's changing your outcome. I don't think that's dampening your light or changing all of these new energies, open doors of opportunity and healing energy. These are probably people unhealed, hurt, stagnant. I'm getting that they're stagnant. Somebody has to be self-aware enough to want to make changes in their life to grow. And it's whatever I said before about being in that vibration where you're truly, with all of your heart happy for somebody else to do well. To have, I just heard legacy in their life or good things happen to them. And if that's what you focus on, don't focus on that shit. So that being said, let's push that bat aside. I'm also getting that maybe that had to come through because you're about to get off the sidelines, step up to bat, and hit it out of the ballpark. Or maybe if that game is not for you, you leave the ballpark and you go explore new territory. So what is another message that would be helpful? Please and thank you. A leg. Maybe you're running out of the ballpark. Oh, I like this. That's just one leg. So it's your whatever experience is, guess what? New, you're stepping into it. Maybe you have to get used to something. There's no shoes on this leg or no shoe on the leg. So maybe you're getting a leg up, or it's 1 foot at a time, grounded on the experience you are in, stepping into a new experience. Maybe for some of you, you just stick a little toe in if you're not into the full leaparoo, but at least get a toe in there. So is there maybe one more? Wow. The quill. What is this? Get back to the basics, step by step. Maybe some of you are learning something new, especially if you have all this new energy here. Don't be afraid to be the newbie. You don't know what you don't know what you don't know. Once you stop asking questions, you stunt your growth. So ask questions. Get back to the basics. Also, because it's a quill, maybe you are writing something down that is a really good first step to solidify anything you want to manifest or anything you desire, or something to not just be plans, but now I see white out, but for it to be, that first step for it to actually become real in your life. But adjust those plans accordingly, because sometimes things don't go according to plan. You expected the terrain to be one thing, but when you move your legs, onto where you thought you had the map towards, you realize your map was outdated. So I'm just getting adjust accordingly. You can do it. I guess we're getting one more because I'm auto shuffling. That usually means another message needs to come through. So is there one more? This will be like the bonus tea leaf message. Lightning. Okay, so maybe that's not your energy as well, but with that lightning energy, before looking at that message, I am getting epiphany, something that happens really fast, energetic frequency, because it's electricity. You know, it's something that, what is it? Maybe you guys can help. I feel like it's that you see the lightning and then you count how many, you count how many seconds until you hear the thunder, and that's how far away the storm is. So maybe it was a stormy situation. Here it's telling you, or be aware of whoever is pissed off, basically, or angry. Anger is a healthy emotion. It's how you, it's sometimes bottling it in is way worse than just getting it out there, you know, addressing the elephant in the room. Having a good old-fashioned argument sometimes addresses something, so it's not a built-up situation. But it is telling you you need to be the one to be in control of your anger. So if you find that something is really like getting to you, or somebody is really getting to you, a situation overall, sometimes it is good to take a little walk, breathe. What is that? Breathe, count to 10, even counting to 10. Wait until your energy feels like you are more in alignment before you make a rash decision. Control your anger or you will be sorry. I feel like maybe somebody is going to say something or want to do something or just be in a funk over here, and you just want to kind of like, you know, not hold back, tell them exactly what you think. I don't think that's going to really get you anywhere, though. I don't think that's going to get the results you want. So be in the more divine self-awareness, conscious mindset that sometimes people do something to purposely push your buttons. If they want you to react, be calm and don't give them what they want. Do something different. And sometimes you do need to walk away from a situation to really like be outside of that lightning zone, the stormy situation, so you can feel your own energy without the attachment to whatever that is. So trust yourself. Sometimes you just need to let it out. But do see if that is a letting it out and that needs to be said and you need to speak up. But can it be done in a loving way? Because I do feel like there's a smarter approach than letting emotions get the best of you in the moment. I am also getting that silence here might be really beneficial to you. I'm kind of getting that there might be somebody where an argument's not going to get anywhere, but I don't feel like that's somebody new and that's a new experience. I feel like that's somebody you're well aware of. It just goes in circles. You're never heard. You know, nothing ever changes. So maybe you need to be the one that changes here. So that's the bonus extra messages, and that might not be for all of you, but I'm going to put the weird energies away. Look at these in front of me, and maybe I feel like I want to grab that botanical inspiration deck because I like that has quotes. So let me grab it. I'll be right back. I got my readers ready for the small font. I don't know why I just thought of this. Maybe even because it has a quill here. There are little things that you can do to retain information, keep you, because I kept seeing you question something before. One of the things you can do if you're trying to study for something, I know this is really weird, but switch the font. If you switch the font to something that's not the usual that you see, your mind is thinking a little harder about how to read it and you actually retain the information more. I don't know why that's the one I am thinking of right now. So maybe switch the font is important. All right, let's see what the botanical inspirations has to say. What is an extra 2 messages? You have the asters and the lilac. Oh, I love the smell of a lilac. So the asters is elegance and patience. I am getting that it's an elegance here with the way you choose to react or not. And patience. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Lao Tzu. And okay, we're segueing into a little bit of love land here. The lilac is the first emotions of love. And that doesn't have to be romance. That can be something you love to do. That could be more self-love to yourself. It's love is the, oh, I like this. Love is the magician that pulls men out of his own hat. Ah, that's even better than thinking outside the box. You don't need a bunny. You don't need a rabbit in a hat. You're pulling yourself out of your hat. It's Ben Hesht. Love is the magician that pulls men out of his own hat. Wow, I like that. It's like making me think a little bit. So maybe you have to really like think outside of your use or your norm or how you would do something before. Also, that energy of love sometimes is just not explainable, but it's just known, it's felt, it's in your heart, it's in your soul. It's deep, it's divine. So, I was going to go to the tarot, but maybe one love message. I do have this one. It's the, what is this? The true heart? What is it called? The true heart. Let's get one true heart message and then go to the tarot. So, just to give a little clarity to this lilac energy, what is one true heart message that would be the most helpful, valuable, or vulnerable? Maybe you connect to a Pisces, needs security above all, has fragile emotions, protective, and genuine. That's so powerful. I love that it says, like, it kind of, the protective thing does sound really strong. But too often we are taught that vulnerability is weakness, which is not the truth. You do have to have the discernment and the strength to know when it is appropriate to let your most vulnerable side out and who to let it out to. You don't just go spilling your beans to every, why do I want to say Tom, Dick, and Harry on the block? But it's recognizing, think of the fish. So that's one thing I think of that's different with the Pisces energy. You look at like the shells that are on the other water signs, you know, the scorpion, the exoskeleton, and then the Cancer has the, you know, the shell. But then you look at the Pisces and they're kind of bare ass naked down there in the ocean, or even if it's in a fishbowl, you know. So every little every little ripple, I'm like tongue-tied today. Every little ripple that goes through the water can be felt, which is sensitivity. So sometimes there's an over sensation if you are feeling the ripples of everyone else's energy, or maybe just one weirdo's, you know, heavy emotions or jelly energy or foul intentions over there. So it's also being able to retract. Because I feel like this coral reef here is protective. But now I see a school of fish, so maybe it's schooling yourself, re-educating yourself. I always feel like a really big message is to not believe everything you are taught. Go in search of knowledge in more than one place. Ask as many questions as possible and be willing to unlearn. So maybe you're feeling vulnerable, you know, in a new situation. That can be that. Where's your little baby in a crib here? I'm kind of getting the more childlike, not childish. There's a difference. The more childlike you are in your approach to your next decision, you know, the day you are in, the doors you walk through, the conversations you have, the people you meet. I just heard the one you bond with, but I did hear the one you bond with. You have to have that fresh kind of energy that you don't know what you don't know. It's like that beautiful sense of wonder and what's going to happen next. What is this? What could I do with that? It's all those questions that create expansion. That's what creates growth in your life. Because I get now, like, you see these fish here? Now I just see like somebody who has a fish tank without a filter. And the water is not moving with ripples. It's just kind of stagnant and stale and now getting moldy, and you can't even see outside that glass. So maybe there needs to be a new filter on a situation. I'm kind of getting your filtering your thoughts different. Maybe it's filtering the wrong people or places, things out of your life. A fragile emotion. Maybe you felt like a big fish in a little pond, and you're going to grow more if you expand the spaces you frequent or the experiences you get to have. I hope it made sense. So let's go to the tarot. I want to do this one. It's called the Vintage Tarot, but it's just kind of good old Rider-Waite basic. So what are some basic bonus extra messages helpful for you today? Extra bonus messages. I want to ask, well, where are my glasses? Let's ask about these two first. So what is this energy of not needing to hurry, no need to rush? Everything is already accomplished. Do the best you can with the energy you have now and the day you are in. And I hear the situation at hand. Asters, elegance, and patience. Tell us about the asters, please. What is the main energy around this elegance and patience? Oh, we're going back to love. Elegance and patience with maybe somebody opening up in their own timing. So this Knight of Cups could be riding their way where you do somebody taking a short journey towards you here. Right now, they do have a helmet on, so they might be protecting their thoughts or thinking about how they feel. But this person's riding the horse with that offer in front of them. There is also a river here. So maybe there is a cleanse, or maybe somebody's about to jump over a situation that could have felt like a hurdle. But I'm getting that it's also going with the flow, relaxing your energy. If there's anything or anyone coming in your life and it's involving romance, because this is kind of the romancer, it's letting something unfold naturally. You don't need to push a partnership to unfold faster than either person is willing to pace. You could also have to change your pace and get on the same page as a certain person. But this is somebody who's opening up their heart. Maybe this is somebody who's learning that, hey, if you want to be vulnerable, maybe the best way is not to go to bed with that big old suit of armor on. Maybe somebody has to take it off one bolt at a time. He even has, or she, can't really tell if it's male or female, has a robe on top of the armor. It's a robe of roses. But it looks like Achilles, is that right? Was it Achilles that had or like Nike had the wings on the feet. The wings aren't on the feet. Oh, they are. You have wings on your feet and on your head. So maybe somebody is flying towards you because they're head over heels about you. Now just to look at this upside down. If this is somebody upside down, it's somebody who definitely gives those romantic impressions, but I see that as maybe the love bomber. Somebody who makes you feel like they are all in, and this is going to be, this is going to be the romance of a lifetime, but then they don't have follow through, or they haven't lasted long enough in a relationship or with a certain person to gain enough maturity in that particular relationship to be adaptable, or somebody that only compares their little checklist or past person or partnerships to what they had, and if it doesn't match exactly what they want, they're not malleable to changing. The Knight is still somebody growing, so you have to be willing to be flexible in how your heart feels, how your heart may change how it feels through different experiences or with different people. It's interesting because I did see all the water energy over here. Sometimes it is a water sign, but it doesn't have to be. If it's a water sign, it's also somebody who is protective. I mean, you do have somebody in their armor here, but they could also have the armor up protecting their own heart, because if somebody was vulnerable in the past, maybe healing from heartbreak or heartache, then it might take somebody time to, take the walls down from their heart. So if you find that this first burst of love feels like it's growing towards a certain person or inside of you, whatever that is, because I am getting it's kind of a relationship here, but then I'm just kind of getting a gentle approach with yourself and somebody else. Healing is an ongoing process. So let's ask about this Knight. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Tell us about the Knight of Cups, why that's come through. I don't know why I just heard what's the Bon Jovi song? I can't it's like fuzzy in the brain files. It's the I'm gonna find it. If you know what I'm talking about, the Bon Jovi song has like something. I'm a cowboy on the steel horse I ride. I'm wanted dead or alive. I'm a cowboy. Hey, maybe you're connecting to a cowboy or a cowgirl. So tell us about the Knight of Cups, please, and thank you. What is the energy or focus? I want to see what the focus is, because his eyes are open, not covered by that big old helmet. So somebody wants to see something clearly. He is focused on how he let maybe his own mindset or her own mindset get in the way of maybe a brilliant or beautiful offer of love in the past, and doesn't want that to happen again. Because you have the Nine of Swords, but it came out upside down. So the Nine of Swords, if it's upright, is somebody in anxiety, somebody overwhelmed, somebody who is having nightmares at night, somebody who's not sleeping well, somebody who's stressed out in the day, or stressed out by a person, or stressed out by whatever, and could be ignoring it in the day, but then it sneaks on up at night in the subconscious realm. Once something is looked at, once you think that there's those monsters under the bed, and you're like, I think I feel they're growling there. And then you're like, hey, yo, monster under the bed, you're keeping me up at night. what can we do about this? So once you take away the fear factor from something and you look at it with the energy of, I'm getting like sovereign divine light and strength of God, which is really big, then anything that was feeding off of fear no longer has power, but that fear could just be somebody's thoughts. So if this knight is looking at whoever this is, maybe this knight is also looking at, it could be somebody that he caused anxiety to. Maybe a conversation would help that. Because if there was miscommunication here, it is swords. And usually a 9, I mean, it's somebody sitting there in the bed alone. They're not wearing armor, but they're looking like they're almost in regret, or like, you know, all these thoughts are going on in their head. And why can't they just stop swirling around? So maybe there's a connection coming through with this offer of love that eases somebody's worry, I guess. Let's see. Why is the 9 of Swords coming in? I'm also getting somebody could be worried about if their offer will be received or if they're good enough. Aww. Because I'm sort of getting that somebody is feeling like, you know, this love has so many possibilities, that there's an offer that needs to be made or has been made, and it has the possibility to feeling like a whole new life, like a new chance. And if somebody is getting in their head or worried and not wanting to at least try to be in an experience, because the Knight is not just a page, it's not just an offer, it's not a conversation, it's experiences that help you grow. So if somebody is holding back on those experiences because they're scared of if someone's going to like them or not, or if it's going to actually grow or not, you're never going to know unless you make the decision to try. So why is the 9 of Swords here? Tell us more about the 9 of Swords. Somebody wants the happily ever after, but somebody might believe that having a new chance or meeting the right person or offering their heart or taking off their armor to get in bed and get comfortable with someone might be just a fairy tale, might be too good to be true. What if it's better? You know, what if the mindset changing here, instead of looking at what didn't work, looking at what isn't right, looking at what wasn't addressed, was changed around, and now you're up at night dreaming of all the possibilities that you could have, all the amazeballs, the things that could come in your life, how maybe there's even more coming in than you know what to expect. So expect the universe to deliver even better. And now someone consciously changes those thoughts around, and all of a sudden this 10 of Cups energy is not only possible, not only accessible, but it's already where you are. Because it doesn't have to be the perfect picnic perfect family to be in this happily ever after energy. It's overall joy and all the experiences you have with all the people that you love in your life, whether that's romantic or not. You know, this could be just doing something out in your day, or, you know, having a party or meeting people, you know, for a picnic in the park. I don't know why I just saw a painting class. That was really weird. Maybe signing up for a class. But if it's in that true, like, abundance of love, it's love overflowing. It's also a rainbow that comes after the storm. Where's your lightning that I put away over here? Sometimes you need a storm to recognize that beautiful rainbow, the whole spectrum of color and vibrations that I saw in your basket over here. This usually is happy family, but it's cups. So it's that emotional feeling. It's wanting a happily ever after, but then there's a ... There's a to be continued. One day you might sign up for a picnic, but it rains. So, you know, maybe you do a staycation, or you go to the movies instead, or you play Parcheesi, you know, whatever it is. This is where you have to change your mindset that your reality is a reflection of your inner world. So if you want in your reality to have this beautiful energy of happiness, falling in love, being in love, loving what you do, loving who you are, then you need to be in that energy so it appears in your life. The 10 of Cups is beautiful. What's at the bottom? Ooh, 7 of Swords. Ugh. All right, so 7 of Swords, sometimes this is somebody who needs to slip out of a situation because that situation fell off. So they don't need to make a big old stink of things. They just coyly slip out the back like the old Irish exit. This could be having awareness that maybe somebody pulled out the rug from you in the past, or it does have here that, you know, it's recovery of health. Maybe somebody betrayed you, but did you gain more clarity on what you deserve if somebody gave you less than? Would you stand for it again? This is somebody that's taking these swords away, though, in the middle of the day. They're not really sneaking away in the middle of the night. It almost looks like they're looking behind them, but I'm kind of getting this is somebody who, at this point, is not worrying about a getting caught energy, because I feel like they just want to get away from a situation, leave behind what was no longer working, maybe taking what they need, what they've learned with those lessons, with those swords. It could be a runner energy. Sometimes that is somebody who runs away. I don't know why someone would run away from this beautiful, happy energy over here. It could also be where somebody is taking off their mask. You know, if somebody was constantly feeling like they're tiptoeing on eggshells, or that the vibration they're projecting out is that everybody always hurts me, everybody always betrays me, why is a relationship never work? You know, why do I always find somebody who's a cheater or immature with opening up their heart? Then you're projecting that idea out there. So the universe thinks, all right, well, that's a lesson you still want to learn. That's the reality you keep thinking about. So that's going to keep on coming back until someone changes their mind about it. And they're like, yeah, you know what? That's a weird, funky mask that feels really weird on my face. And that's not really the right projection I want to let out there anymore. So yeah, fuck that shit. I'm going to cut that narrative out. Pay attention to what you're thinking about and redirect those thoughts to where you truly would want to be. And watch that world change around you. Watch those beautiful people come into your life. Watch those other people who see that your vibration in this new life energy is so changed that they're not even comfortable being around you anymore. Bye. You know, let them go. If somebody was kind of a runner and they blocked their own beautiful happiness over here, I feel like maybe that got somebody really in their head and they regret not opening up when they had the chance. And I feel like somebody wants to either renew that offer in a different way, have self-awareness of what they did, because that's big. It's not the blame game. You know, it's having real self-awareness. Dude, I effed up and I don't want to do that again. So let's have this conversation to see what can change and then see if it does. But I am sort of getting that somebody either, I feel like they want to run back, but they don't want to give the run around. I hope that made sense. Because I do feel like this person is kind of tiptoeing. So if somebody wants to run away, let them go. If you find that you are the one, you know, because this is somebody who's not being truthful all the time. So if you're not being truthful with yourself on if your current situation or the choices you make, whatever it is, that you're not wanting to see that elephant in the room, this is you looking under the bed and addressing the monster. There's a song by Coleman Hell called Two Heads. I can't quite get the words, but I'll put that in the, maybe give that one a listen. Then this is taking off your own mask. Looking at why you ran away from something. Did you run away from something because it didn't feel right and that was the right direction? Or did you run away out of fear because it might be exactly what you wanted? Sometimes people run from success. Sometimes people run from failure. Sometimes it's not, I'm getting that it's almost like not even making a decision, which just kind of gave somebody the run around, but never got anywhere. Whew. So I kind of feel like I want to clarify this. It's going to be a long reading today, but I do want to clarify this with another deck. So let's do the Weird World. But I'm only going to pull whatever is at the bottom to see what the Seven of Swords energy is. I'm also maybe getting that maybe somebody here felt like they gave their heart to the wrong person or hurt somebody they really loved, and they're regretting that. And if somebody gave their heart to the wrong person, did they learn? Did you learn? If that's what you're dealing with and somebody is slowly opening up to you because they've been hurt in the past by maybe somebody really different than you. Maybe you're not going to handle arguments the same as that person did, but that person has had repeat examples of somebody that wasn't with you, then maybe it does require a little patience for someone to really get to know that you are different. Maybe that you are a dream come true and even better. I just heard a gift from God. So whatever's at the bottom, clarify the Seven of Swords, please. And thank you. Seven of Swords is clarified by that. So maybe competition. This is somebody that's like a bunch of little kids. You know, they're all learning to use their wands or whatever, but they don't quite know what to do. Sometimes the Five of Wands is where maybe somebody even did something kind of shady because they felt like an opportunity would be taken away. But this is usually where it's like too many cooks in the kitchen. Everyone has an opinion. No one's hearing anybody else. The cake isn't getting made. There's too much salt in the damn stew. You know, so the only way to change this around is either to take yourself out of the drama, see the drama for what it is, recognize that maybe even people are childish or immature here. But if you switch it around, it's healthy competition. I feel like one message is you shouldn't ever be competing with who you're with. If this is a relationship, whether that's romance or a business partner, that's not a partnership. That's childish. You should always want to see the success of the other person, the growth of the other one. And they should be in that same energy from you. If somebody's, you know, let's just say it's a different dynamic and not the typical society thing. And let's just say the feminine energy makes more money. The masculine energy loves to take care of the kids. But if there's any kind of jealousy or something that goes on, it's not helping one another. You're not helping each other grow. I am getting that there was competition or somebody felt like they had to compete for your heart. If you feel like you have to compete for somebody's heart, it's probably not the right person. Can't compete with can't compare with where you can't compete with where you don't compare. So go to the offer where somebody recognizes you're not comparable. you are you. If this is this way, it's healthy. That's that whatever I saw before where you have somebody you're working out with. It's that. I just looked at that. Wow, it's a long reading. We're going to keep going. It's that person. It's the personal trainer that wants to see you push. And they're like, oh, I know you can give it one more squat. Do it. And it's maybe a pushy energy, but it's because you really believe in the potential, the fiery nature, the creativity, the energy in someone's soul that they can expand, that they can always grow. Sometimes you need a little bit of friction to get that fire going. It's all in how you see it. And, you know, recognizing that sometimes the things that are possibly not the easiest are so well worth the effort. So I feel like that is our reading. And with this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. Thank you for being here and being such a blessing to my life. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.